Hey guys, in this video we are checking out those tips and exercises that I gave you guys last week to combat food addiction. If you guys haven't seen that video so far, please go check it out right here so that you're all up to date with everything that we are doing right now. So I researched tons of tips and exercises to do to help combat food addiction. And this week I'm going to try out my favorites and see how well they work with me and see how well I'm able to combat those cravings and that food addiction to no longer be a slave to food. So stay tuned to see how I did this week. What's up guys, it's Kayla and I'm so excited to show you guys the progress that I've made this week with my exercises in combating food addiction. I'm on a journey to lose 169 pounds and oh my gosh, how much easier is it gonna be if I could just get this dang food addiction under control. I'm talking constant cravings and constant wanting to go out to eat, and when you do finally dig into that temptation, just feeling like you can't stop at all. So this week I tried all those tips and tricks that I did last video, and I'm going to show you guys how I worked them out today. So I've already done a couple days worth of these tips and I just haven't had time to film yet, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys in on what I've done so far, and then I'm going to bring you guys throughout the rest of the week with me to show you how I do in real time. So one of the first things I did is I got a journal so that I can write down my progress and my feelings. So this one I thought was so cool because it has little motivational sayings on each page to really like drive in that goal setting. So the first one I did was I listed my goals for the week. So as you can see here, I did whole foods diet, no going out to eat, and no drinking alcohol, okay? So I planned this week Friday 10/16 through Thursday 10/22, and I did this because I have a party 10/23 and I want to make sure that I get to indulge that week. Now that's something important to remember too, especially around the holidays. You want to plan around those activities that you already have, because I'd much rather not cheat on a weekend like I normally do, so that on this weekday I can go to this party and have fun, and not go to this party and feel like, well, I can't really indulge in anything here and I can't really have fun because it's my diet day. So definitely plan around those days. And the next thing I did was I picked a why. Now, why is so important in your weight loss journey altogether, but I've been realizing lately that it's also important to have a short-term why. Why do I want to diet this week? So for me, I've been really lucky to have Halloween coming up. As you guys may have noticed, I did some cute Halloween costumes. If you want to check out that video, it's right here. But I decided to keep my Superwoman costume and I'm super excited about it, but it was a little tight, could definitely use some breathing room. So I want to lose weight before my Halloween parties. Like, of course, right? So that's my why right now. I want to look as good as I can in that Halloween costume, and then I can really strive to work for that. Also, if I cheat, then it directly affects that current goal that I have, because if what I eat and what I don't eat is going to affect me right now, which is super close to Halloween and super close to my parties, so it's important that it's a present why. Because if you fail, you're going to be bad for that event, and if you succeed, then you're going to be good for that event. So it's directly correlated. Versus a long-term why, you could say, you know what, I'm going to start next week, I'll still be okay. So we want a current why. Okay, so my current why obviously was to look good in my Halloween costume, and also I want to be able to accomplish something that I set my mind to. So I put my goals in for this week and I want to accomplish them. I want to know that I can actually do it and be better, okay? So, and my third why is saving money. I'm not going out to eat, I'm not drinking alcohol. Those are two big money spenders. So this, if I accomplish it, will also help me save money, so that's great too. So Friday I wrote that I had weighed in that morning, which Friday is my normal weigh-in day. I had already started doing my Whole Foods challenge and I had been pretty far in. I think it was my 5th day when I weighed in, and so I had already lost weight is what I noted on here, and that gave me some renewed like motivation to continue this challenge, because I'm like, all right, I already know that this is working, I just got to continue it. Okay, so the next thing that I wrote was that even though I had that renewed motivation, by the evening time I already had cravings again. And this I attributed to the fact that I did not eat lunch. I waited super long to eat because I got busy at work and I was so hungry when I got home, and so I had that binge mentality, which I've noticed in myself before. Like if I wait too long to eat, I want to eat everything I possibly can to compensate for that lack of food. And of course I didn't have anything there right there ready because I had to cook it. So I had everything that I could possibly have that was on my diet but like was not the healthiest, and pretty much binged out on that. So I wasn't really excited that I did that to myself, and I noted that I really need to space out my meals well and make sure I'm eating throughout the day so that I don't cheat. And I found that as a big trigger for me that day. So Saturday I continued to have that same problem because I ran a whole bunch of errands in the morning, and I did have a little something before I left, but it really wasn't satiating enough to last until like 2:30 in the afternoon, which is what I did. I didn't get home till 2:30. Once again, binged out on stuff that was in the diet, but isn't something that you should be binging out. Here's the thing, guys. Fat diets work because you want to eat less of them and because they have less calories than normal junk food. But if you binge out on them still, you're still going to gain weight because you're no longer in a caloric deficit. So it's not the best for me. It's not the best for anyone to be binging. That's definitely a behavior I'm gonna have to work on and continually work throughout the week. And, hopefully it will help my progress because I can't do this anymore. These are the behaviors that got me into negative eating in the first place. And today's Monday. So yesterday went pretty well. I didn't have any big spaces between meals, so I didn't have that mentality of I need to eat so much. I did make this new dessert, so I feel like I had a little bit more of that than I maybe should have because I was excited about it. But for the most part, I ate pretty well yesterday and I didn't have any big cravings. I had made this Indian meal that I make for dinner and I was really excited about it. So I was excited to eat my diet meals. So that's a great thing to do, is get meals that you're excited about so that you're not thinking about the other stuff that you're missing. And today I had brought some food to work with me, some of my leftovers from last night, and then of course I made my overnight oats. So I had my meals spread out throughout the day and everything went good. You know what? I started getting hungry at 3:30, right before I'm about to leave for work, and I just had some watermelon. I packed up those snacks so that I had it and I was good to go. And I'm not seeing any of those exercises or tips that I pointed out earlier for you guys to try, but so far things have been working out for me. And I'm gonna keep going and see how the rest of this week goes. I want to be successful, so I think I have that going for me, and we're just gonna see where it goes. Hey guys, it's Tuesday morning and I am doing work in the field in the morning, so I haven't had time to eat breakfast yet, and I typically have coffee in the morning until about 10, but my coffee machine was not put on right and a lot of it leaked out, and I put some more water in it to get enough and it ended up being super watery, so I'm not drinking it. And I'm sitting here telling myself like I'm so hungry because I'm on my way in the field and I haven't eaten and I don't have any coffee and I need something in me, like there's all these fast food, ooh, I want breakfast. But I'm using my skills and I'm telling myself no. I'm only going to be in the field for about another half an hour. I can wait that long and get some coffee when I get to the office and I will be fine. I'm not hungry. And I actually feel like it's working. So I'll see you guys at my next trial or tribulation. Success. Here I am before lunch and I need to drink this 16-ounce water so I don't overeat at lunch. Really hard to try cold water. Yes. Let's see how well that helps me at lunch. So I just finished lunch and the water definitely helped me feel fuller, but it definitely doesn't help with cravings. So I'm still wanting food mentally, even though I'm full. So therein lies the problem, because we've all binged before and overeaten when we shouldn't. So I feel like this could be a good tool, but I'm not sure if it's really going to be beneficial for me. I do think it'll be beneficial in getting in my water intake that I want to get in every day, because I've been noticing since I haven't worked on it since my water challenge that my usage has been going down and down. So I need to find more ways to put it back in, but it's not something that I feel like is going to be essential for helping me with the combating food addiction. So it's the last day of the week where I'm working with my food addiction exercises, and honestly, it's the hardest day so far. I've been having a really emotional day, in addition to the fact that someone at work is retiring, so they brought in a ton of food. So mixed emotions with very easy access to bad food like does not mix well. I like really struggled. And I know I haven't been talking to you guys about the other days. I've just been kind of getting through each day not very many problems. So I haven't really come on to discuss it. But now that I'm sitting here in front of a huge temptation and, a huge battle, it's like I didn't even remember all of the exercises that I can try to go through. I didn't think about them. All I could think about was how emotional I am and how badly I want this food that's being offered. So I just don't get it. Like, I know what the challenges or the exercises are. I know what the tips are. Why can't you think about those things when you're in the midst of a really hard decision and a really big temptation? Like, why do those things not come to your mind? I just don't get it. Maybe you need to practice them when you're not feeling bad, when it's really easy to not be tempted with food, and maybe you need to practice them then so that they become like second nature. I don't know. But all I know is that how can you win a battle when you don't even think about the weapons that you have stored? I don't know if that's a good analogy, but if you just feel defeated, if you see this huge army outside your gates and you forget that there's this huge lava gun in the back room, and you just feel like, oh crap, that's a big army, and we don't even have any weapons to fight it, so let's just surrender. It's kind of how I felt today. I didn't surrender, but what I did do was leave work and go work out in the field so I wasn't around the food, and I kept telling myself, like, this is the last day. I can have this food tomorrow if I just wait today. That's basically the thread I'm holding on to right now. It's the last day. Just push through the last day. So let's see how it goes. It's evening time. I'm trying not to eat dinner tonight so I can have a good weigh-in tomorrow. And we'll see how the rest of the night goes. But I'm feeling less tempted and less emotional now that I'm just kind of out of work and doing my own thing. But it's a struggle. And I think even after this challenge, it's going to continue to be a struggle. I think I need to start working towards practicing more often when I'm not really tempted, when it's just a really minor temptation that's easily dealt with, instead of just saying, oh, I don't need to give into it. Say, okay, now let's work on those exercises and get them put in place so that it's easier when the challenge is a lot harder. Do you guys ever feel like the day before weigh-in day is like the day before Christmas? And not in a good way, but in I'm so anxious I can't sleep or think about anything else way. I'm here trying to finish out this week and literally all I could think about is food. And I'm really trying not to have dinner tonight, but it's already too late to do it. If I do, I'm gonna mess up my weigh-in, so I've already made the decision not to, but man. And then you go on YouTube to like just kind of check things out, and there's so many food videos. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm gonna make it, but have you guys ever dreamed about cheating on your diet? Oh my gosh, a lot of times, like when I've been on a winning streak as far as dieting goes, and I've dieted for a while, or even when I'm like dieting really good for that week, but it's starting to get difficult towards the end and it's about to be weigh-in day, it's like I always dreamed that I cheated, and then like I didn't realize I was cheating until like after I had already had the food, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I just cheated and like my world's gonna be over. Like it feels so dramatic. Oh my gosh, our minds play so many tricks on us and it's crazy. But I want to continue this journey of becoming stronger in my mentality in reference to cheating, and in reference to being able to eat well and diet and make my weight loss journey successful. Like I want to do this. I want to be stronger. So even though this is the last day of this video, I'm about to wrap it up in reference to how I did with implementing my tips and exercises in my food cravings. It's gonna be an uphill battle. I mean, I think none of us are ignorant to that fact that it's going to be a struggle. It's going to continue to be a struggle. And I will try to implement more of these more often so that they become easier. But the truth of the matter is there isn't a magic pill, and we just have to be strong and determined, and we have to decide this is what we really want. I did so good last week because it was what I really wanted, and I had very short-term goals to complete it. And I still have those same short-term goals, but when it's the same goal for a number of weeks, then it becomes it feels less important somehow. Like, you've been thinking about it for so long. Is it really worth it? I've had to sacrifice so much. Like, I don't want that mentality. I want to keep going. But when you're sitting here hungry and you're actually sacrificing is when you are the most negative, and when you are not rationally thinking about what you truly want. So maybe I should go back to some videos where I was a failure and how bad that felt. Maybe that will motivate me to keep going. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for listening to me blabber on, and I'll pop in tomorrow to let you guys know how much weight I lost this week, because I didn't cheat, even though I wanted to, even though I didn't really utilize the tips and tricks that much. So I know I'll lose weight. It's just a matter of how much. So I'll point that out to you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Alright guys, so today is weigh-in day, and as you can probably tell, I'm in such a better mood. Sometimes I just think that when you're dealing with food and emotions, that your emotions are basically haywire, and it's really hard to see the bright side of things when you're feeling like you're suffering. But today I feel so much better. I made it through the night. I did not have any cheat foods for the week, and although I didn't really utilize a lot of those tips and tricks that I mentioned, I did utilize identifying what my goal was for the week, identifying why I wanted to achieve that goal, and journaling to make sure that I knew what I was going through. Those were the three most important things to me, because they really helped in every way. Journaling really helped me see, like, what areas was I struggling in? Why was I struggling? And a lot of the reason why I was struggling personally is because I get really busy during the day and don't have time to eat. And then it's to a point where I'm starving and I just want something right now, and I want as much as I possibly can. And that has ended up in binging quite a bit in my life. So I've realized that through journaling, I really just need to at least snack on something so that I don't end up in that same position. And as far as all the other things go, I think it's just a work in progress, guys. But this week was successful. I weighed in at this, which is 3.4 pounds down from my last weigh-in. So that's so exciting. I can't believe that I'm continuing to lose this much, and I think I'm gonna continue to implement the Whole Foods challenge that I did last video, and maybe just put a little bit more in it, like maybe add a little bit of oil, and maybe a little bit of like coconut flour, stuff like that. That's not really known as unhealthy, but will help me utilize more recipes in this current style. So today, oh my gosh, I just felt so good after I got on the scale. I decided to try on these pants I've been holding in my closet for a while. Let me see if I can let you guys see them. And they fit. Oh my gosh. You guys ever like feeling yourself when you try on something that hasn't fit and it finally fits and it feels so good, and you're like, yes, I accomplished that. Yes, let's keep getting these gains in, or lack of gains, I guess. Keep getting these wins in. And I'm gonna keep working on my emotional eating. And like I've said in this video a lot of times, I think it's basically gonna be a lifetime thing, or at least until I'm like really set in my strength and mentality. I don't know. I guess we'll see years down the road when I'm at my goal weight and I'm not struggling to lose every single pound. Maybe it will be easier for me to say no, or allow me to say yes more often. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, all I know is I feel like I grew this week. I feel like I got stronger this week, and I was successful this week. So I'm gonna call this a win in my book. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss a video, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.